Okay, here we go. I hope if you celebrate Thanksgiving, you had a good one. And yep, turkey hangover for me right now, but went to the gym this morning, so working it off. All right, I want to get into this. I work with a lot of Vistage Chairs, executive coaches, and they're all building and nurturing their practices, just grinding it out, fighting the good fight. And I get asked a lot for advice on daily activities because if you're building a practice, if you look at your build funnel, there's a top of the funnel, bottom of the funnel, and stuff in between. But the top of the funnel is awareness. You got to get awareness from your prospects. Then you got to generate interest. You got to be doing interesting things. That's the next tranche down in your build funnel. And then what comes next is engagement. People engaging with you, maybe coming into your outbound campaign inbox. If you're doing lead generation campaigns, people attending your virtual or in-person events, opening, clicking, replying to emails, all this engagement stuff that happens. So you're kind of in the middle of the funnel there. And then below that is the conversion phase, is where now you've got to start converting those who engage with you, managing your pipeline, obviously closing the business. And so on the back end of this, in order to keep the funnel going, and also on the top part of it, to keep awareness and interest going, I get asked a lot for, hey, what can I be doing every single day? And it's something that all of us encounter. You just get overloaded. I mean, you're working in your business, but then trying to figure out what can I do every day, and it can become overwhelming. And so I put this together, this cheat sheet, and I want to walk through it. And I just broke it down into 1 hour. If you do these things for 1 hour, this is what I talk to my clients about, then you are going to keep moving the ball forward, and you can be organized, efficient, carve out the time, and at least do these things. So let me tell you what this cheat sheet is about. So first of all, daily activities, 1 hour. So we're running lead generation campaigns on LinkedIn, other places, but for these LinkedIn campaigns, which we automate and scale, done professionally, really great campaigns. This is what I advise as part of the daily activity is you go into the dashboards. We have these proprietary dashboards for these campaigns, and you're filtering by unread messages that are in your inbox, and you are responding accordingly. Obviously, this is a thing. So when you're doing outbound campaigns, which we all should be, you're responding to your inbox, making sure they're qualified leads, and responding to them accordingly. Now, when you respond, there's a lot of nuance there. There's a lot of tricks and tools to even get somebody on a Zoom call when you're going through your inbox for any campaign you're running. You can use video. There's just the way you say things, how you say it, just to get somebody on a Zoom. I'm not going to go into all that now, but I just want to point this cheat sheet out. So responding, keeping that cleaned out and on top of it. Then for any new qualified leads is that you've got to add those into your master pipeline sheet. Whether you're working, with us or somebody else or just whatever you're doing, this is very important. And it's a step people miss, is make sure that your leads go into a master pipeline sheet. For us, it's a Google sheet that that is shared amongst everybody. And that's your active pipeline. If you're communicating with somebody and they don't tell you to pound sand, they're qualified, they're a qualified lead that needs to go into your active pipeline. And when you do that, you're focused on it. You start thinking about how to move them forward, and it gets everybody just zeroed in on your active pipeline. And a big question I will ask you now is, do you have an active pipeline? Is it somewhere organized? Who's in your active pipeline? Where are they in the process of moving them forward? These are things everyone's got to know. So then I advise, then you've got to schedule the follow-ups and alerts as you're communicating with these new leads. This is very important, because if you're not organized, you don't have a system for doing this, and it's bubblegum and toothpicks, opportunities will be missed, and just there won't be an efficient flow there. So the key is organizing this. Where are you organizing notes on conversations or interactions, setting alerts, reminders to follow up, and and having their information, email, name, cell phone number, anything you can get in a place where you can refer back to it, because this is important when you're building relationship. You want to refer back to the person and what do you know about them. So that whole lead generation dashboard, when you're efficient, I say 15-20 minutes on that. Make sure your inbox is cleared out. Do those things. Okay, now you go to LinkedIn and Sales Navigator. And this is a best practice. Very few people do it. Everyone's just taking everywhere. You got to give before you take. And so this is how you can be curious and interact with the people that are on your radar that you would love to talk to and work with. Is you go into any of your LinkedIn posts and you want to click the edit dot. So on one of your LinkedIn posts, so I'm just assuming you're putting out great content, which is your marketing and your guiding, teaching, helping. And it's not just sharing other people's content all the time. It's your own original content, which positions you as the authority figure and gets people interested in you. Sending out stuff, go read this article. Here's another article. Here's a top 10 list. Nobody gives a crap about that. And they're not going to read it anyways. If they're trying to figure out who you are and what you bring to the table, have your own content. So now when you have this great content in your news feed, go in there every day, click the three dots, top right corner, edit it. And in the summary, you want to mention at least 3, 4, 5 of your prospects in there. So type the @ symbol on your computer, LinkedIn, and then start typing the name. LinkedIn will populate it with your with the person. Click on it. Now they're hyperlinked. Do that. And right before you do that, in the summary, you can say something like, I'm noticing these professionals running incredible companies. And then you space, mention 4 or 5 of your prospects, and then save that edit. And what will happen is LinkedIn will send an alert to your prospect. They were mentioned in your post. If your prospect sees it, then human nature takes over. There is no way they're not going to go and check that out. And what that does is it gets your content in front of the people you actually want to see it. And if you do this every day, you're mentioning 4 or 5 every day, by the end of the week, you've got 25, 30 or more people, your prospects, that have been notified of your content. And then your content is teaching, guiding, helping, speaking directly to them, your prospects. And so that's the connection. And you see so many times people putting out content, nobody's reading it, nobody's seeing it, prospects aren't seeing it. LinkedIn shows it to maybe 8-9% of your connections anyway. So this is a hack, and it is something you can do, and just be diligent about that. Then you want to go to Sales Navigator, great tool, and you want to save your prospects into a lead list. Call your lead list whatever you want to call it. Hot prospects. Save your prospects, your active pipeline, any prospect, into the lead list. And then what will happen is Sales Navigator on the home tab will start to feed you information on your prospects that are saved in that lead list, on what they're posting on LinkedIn. And you can engage through Sales Navigator. You can click on it. Window pane opens up, and you can then start engaging on your prospects' content. This is a fantastic way to be curious and show interest in your prospect and engage with them. Ask questions, dig deep. Don't just say like the post or say something, great post. Get in there, read the post, respond. I mean, really show some interest. It's an incredible way to engage with the prospects. So this can be done in 15 or 20 minutes. I mean, the summary on your post takes seconds to mention people. And then if you spend 10, 15 minutes in Sales Navigator doing this, you can hit up a lot of content, a lot of your prospects. You just boom, 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 go through the home screen with the information that Sales Navigator is feeding you. Click on it, respond, go to the next one, and move through it. So I've got, if you follow me, you'll see I've got more videos and stuff on how to do that on Sales Navigator. Go to my YouTube site. You can find that around my site here on LinkedIn. Uh, so, and you'll see a bunch of videos on all this. So, okay, now you're doing that on Sales Navigator and LinkedIn. Then you want to go to lead outreach, 30 minutes. And this is something everybody dreads. Very few people do it. They just don't do it. They don't get organized. They don't do it. You've got to make this part of your identity every week, is just do this and carve out 30 minutes, 40 minutes for this. And you want to make at least 3 touches to leads. And here's what you can do. You want to send an email, very strategic email, to your lead there. And then you, and that email, again, you can use video email. I use a tool called BombBomb to send video emails, and they're fantastic. I just use every trick and tool to get somebody to open my email and then to read my email with my messaging. So you're sending emails, and then you're following up that email right then with a call. So you're calling, probably get voicemail, get a lot of voicemails for busy people. That's okay, because the voicemail's referencing the email you just sent. And so you want them to go check out that email. The voicemail is never trying to sell or pitch in a voicemail on the phone. Crazy. And you don't want to leave a 5-minute voicemail. Very succinct, to the point. And what it does, they get to hear your voice. They hear that you're articulate. People tend to listen to voicemails. They don't just delete those things. They get it. They listen, see what's going on. And so reference the email you just sent. And then if you get the person live, of course, on the phone, fantastic. Do your thing. Now, where you source these leads for these 3 touches, your active pipeline, your outreach campaigns. I mean, for us, we have a big fat master pipeline sheet for every client. So they have plenty of people to do this. Never a lack of leads to do this with. So you've got to look at I tell clients, look at your lead sheet, pull people there. And then on all of this, you got to take notes and set reminders on activity. Very important, again, as you're doing this, sending email, a call, make a note, and then set an alert, because you're going to follow up again with these people as you're just blocking out time every day, and be organized about it. So lead outreach, and you obviously can do more than 3 depending on what your time is like. But if you do that, huge. And then I add in there a monthly activity for folks I'm working with, is deliver a live LinkedIn event every month. This is a virtual event with a speaker, with featuring your clients, your members. That's a whole nother thing, but that's monthly. So this sounds like a lot, and it is getting a lot done in a very short period of time. Hour, maybe it's an hour 15, hour 20. You can say do 2 hours if you have the time. But if you just do this, shut everything else out. Do this, and then when you're done, move on with the rest of your day. Take emotion out of it, make it part of your identity each week, and you will get results. Just never stop. Okay, so hope you find something here useful. As always, if you want to talk to me, find my contact information around here. I got multiple ways to reach me. Get on my calendar, reach out, and always happy to talk about your business, give you my input, tell you what's working, what's not working. And I'm like you. I'm building businesses. I've got to close business, do it in a professional way. I'm very passionate about helping others. I'm in it doing it, and I'm trying everything. And so I'm passing along what's working at all times. All right.